Hi guys, today we're going to talk about evaluating a function if I'm given a graph. So here is my graph, okay? It could be any kind of graph you want. Something you want to look for is the name, which is right here, okay? So I know this is the f function. The next thing we're going to look at and what they want to do. So this is the name of the function, and then it's telling me it's in terms of x. So just like when we were plugging in, if this is my x value, I want to know what my y value is. And the way that we do that, if I say, okay, so the f function, match it up, go to where x is -2, so -1, -2, and what would be the y value? Well, the y value would be right there on the graph. So that point, let me make the point, right here, what is that value? Well, that value is -2. Oops, that you can't really see. Let's find a different one. Give me a second, guys. There we go. That point would be -2, comma 2. So my y value is 2. And that's it. Okay. Here I want to know at 1. So here it's 1. I want to know that point right there. That's going to be 1, comma 0. So my answer is 0. Okay, and for this one, I want you to go to where x is 5. So we're going to go to where x is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5, right? And I have to go down to get to my graph. So I want to know what that point is right there, and that's 5, comma -2. So my answer is -2. Okay? That's it. That's how we read or evaluate a function given a graph. Let's look at another one. All right, so here's a different looking kind of graph. All right, this graph is closed. The other one was not. The name on this one, notice how it's G. So all of my stuff over here is G. All right, and we're going to do the same thing. So I want to go to where x would be, what are we looking at? -1. All right, so this is -1. Notice, though, I could go up and touch the graph. I can go down and touch the graph. So at -1, there's a point here and a point here. What are the y values at those 2 points? At those 2 points, it's 2 and -4. So this one I have 2 answers for. Okay? We could do the same thing for 3. I want to know what happens when x is 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. X is right there. So that's 0. This one only has 1 answer. If I go to where x is 0, okay, that's here. Excuse me. Again, I have a point up at the top and a point down at the bottom. So I have a point up here and a point down here. I have 2 answers. So that's where when x is 0, I get 3 or I get -4. Okay, so that's when I'm going to have multiple answers. Okay, and let's look at one more. All right, so with this graph, it's closed. We have a name. We're H, right? So all of my letters over here are H, okay, because I'm talking about my H graph. Let's go through this again. Okay, so at 1, when I go to 1, it's right here. That's going to be 0. When I go to -1, that's over here, right? That's -2. These each only have 1 answer. And when I go to, nope, that wasn't supposed to be an 8. Give me a second here, guys. I've misread my graph. That should be a, let me see, -3 is what I meant to ask about. So let's look at -3. Okay, -3 happens right there. All right, and I want you to notice that right here at -3, that circle is open. Okay, and anytime I have an open circle on a graph, it means it's not included. So there is no solution at that point. Now, if there was something else, maybe up here it was closed or whatever, then that would be my answer. But because there was nothing else here, it's just this open circle, then there is no solution. If you have any questions, always ask in class. Email me or join the Google Meet and ask there. If not, have a good weekend, guys. See you next week.